Hey, hey, my, Jonathan Demme is back with another Neil Young concert film. Of course, he did the first one, Neil Young, Heart of Gold, 2006. I loved it. I'm a big Neil Young fan. Terrific movie that was shot mostly at the Ryman Auditorium, home of the Grand Ole Opry. Had a very country feel to it, a salute to country music and the influence on Neil Young and Neil Young's influence on country music. He had Emmylou Harris in the background and a crack session band behind him. Well, this one, Neil Young Trunk Show, is quite the opposite. It was shot 2 nights at the Tower Theater in Philadelphia, and it is a raw, rockin' film for the most part. It's part of Neil Young's Chrome Dreams tour that happened a few years ago, and it was kind of a greatest hits of Neil Young, but sampling different parts of his career. So you have very early material mixed with hits like a Hurricane and Harvest, and then you have new stuff, hard rocking stuff. In fact, there's a 23-minute version of No Hidden Path. When I saw the concert, I said, wow, this was a blast. It was electric, it was wild. And then when I heard they were going to make a movie, I said, they're never going to include this in the movie. Well, guess what? It's there in its entirety. So, credit Jonathan Demme for going a different route this time. He used all sorts of sources to bring this movie to life. There's a lot of handheld digital camera work. He even uses Super 8. All this is a great effect in this film. Sometimes he uses the split screens and he's sort of reminded of Woodstock again. In terms of Neil Young, captures his essence in concert, how dynamic he can be. There's lots of close-ups. And like Jonathan Demme's classic Stop Making Sense, there's not a lot of audience shots in the film. There are a couple backstage sequences in the movie. One really interesting and funny one is Neil has a callus. I didn't even realize this, as fan as I've been for so long, but he doesn't play the electric guitar with a pick. He plays it with his bare hands, and he has a callus, so they count on the road manager to sort of file it down so he can play some more. This movie is a pretty straightforward rock concert. It's sort of out of sequence. You don't get the order that it was done in concert, but that sort of makes it more interesting. You don't know what's coming next, if it's going to be a hard rocking electric song or if it's going to be a ballad. I can say that real Neil Youngs will appreciate Neil Young Trunk Show. The other people may not want to give it a chance. I think maybe Heart of Gold is more for them because it's a little milder and a little more laid back. But real Neil fans will really get a kick out of Neil Young Trunk Show. For Raw Reviews, I am Movie Earth.